Hi, hello everyone. This is your educator, your tutor, your friend, Sanjay Kumar Vishwakarma. I welcome you all to yet another session of We Learning. We Learning is a platform which focuses on providing right to quality education for all. Do watch this session. If you like it, do press the like button, share it with your other friends who are preparing for boards and competition. Subscribe to our channel and do not forget to click on the bell icon so that you never miss any update from us. Along with that, you can visit our website www.v-learning.in for all the lecture notes, live classes, what we are doing. Each and every live class, you will get lecture notes there. Just go download it and you can study from there. All right. Now, without any delay, let's get started with today's session. We were doing electrostatic potential and capacitance, and this is lecture number 4. In this lecture, we'll be talking about electric potential due to spheres. So for now, we understood electric potential. We understood the relation between electric potential and electric field. Now using that relation only, we will find electric potential due to spheres. If you remember that lecture, chapter number 1, where we found electric potential, electric field due to spheres, right? So now using that electric field, we will find electric potential due to spheres. All right, let's get started. Electric potential due to a uniformly charged sphere. So now spheres, if I talk about, there are two kinds of spheres, right? Spheres. There are two kinds of spheres. One is the hollow sphere, correct? One is hollow sphere. We also call it as thin shell. Thin shell. One is solid sphere. Now in hollow sphere, there will be two kinds of spheres, one conducting and one non-conducting. Here also we will have two kinds, one conducting and one non-conducting. I already told you the difference between conducting and non-conducting. Again, let me tell you, people who have not watched that session. Conducting means, suppose there is a sphere. If I give a lot of charge to it, suppose a solid sphere I am talking about. If I give a lot of charge to that sphere, I charge it completely, okay? What will happen? The charge will not remain inside. The entire charge will come to the surface. Because it is a conducting sphere, the charge will not remain inside, it will conduct and come to the surface. If it is non-conducting, the charge will not move from its position. How much ever charge I have given and wherever how much concentration of charge I have given, it will be distributed according to that only. It will not be disturbed. It will not come to the surface. It will not move. All right. If it is distributed uniformly throughout the volume, it will be distributed throughout the volume. It will not come to the surface. All right. So now, if I talk about hollow sphere, whether it is conducting or non-conducting, it doesn't matter. Why? Because hollow sphere means thin shells. In hollow, I am talking about only thin ones. Okay. Why it doesn't matter? Because when I give charge to that hollow sphere, the charge has to be on the surface. There is no other place where the charge can go. Inside, it is hollow, right? There is no material to hold charge. Outside also, there is nothing. Only that surface of the sphere is there which can hold charge. So if I put a lot of charge in there, the charge will be on the surface. If it is conducting or whether it is conducting or non-conducting, if it is non-conducting also, still it is a hollow sphere. The charge has to be on the surface. It cannot go anywhere else. It cannot go inside in the material because there is no material inside. Correct? And solid conducting, how much ever charge, if I give a lot of charge to the center also, concentrated at the center also, the charge will come to the surface. Clear? So now from here, what we can get the conclusion that all these three cases, conducting and non-conducting and solid sphere conducting, all these three are similar cases. Why similar cases? Because in all these three, the charge will reside on the surface of the sphere, correct? Here it will conduct and come to the surface. Here, since it is hollow, there is no material inside, the charge has to be on the surface, whether it is conducting or non-conducting. Clear? So in all these three cases, the charge will be on the surface. Only in this particular case, the charge will be distributed throughout the volume. So in all these three cases, we'll be talking about surface charge density, and this we'll be talking about volume charge density. Clear? In all these, we'll be talking about sigma. In this alone, we'll be talking about rho. Anyways, this sigma and rho, we have already spoken about this in when we were finding electric field due to the spheres. Now we'll be using that electric field and find out the potential. So the talk of sigma and rho will not come here. All right, but you should know. You should know. Now, if you want, you can write case 1 will be hollow sphere and solid conducting. Clear? I hope you can see till here. Nothing is cut. All right. From here, case 2 will be solid non-conducting sphere. Clear? Now, let's start with the first case. Electric potential due to a uniformly charged hollow sphere, you can call it thin shell, or conducting solid sphere. Fine. So now, this is a sphere. If I give charge to it, the charge will come. Now, since it is solid, whether it is solid or it is hollow, the charge will be on the surface. How much ever charge you give, the charge will come on to the surface. Fine. First case, we'll be going to see electric potential outside the sphere. Now, let's say the radius of this sphere is r. Okay. The point somewhere is outside this sphere, let's say here, which is at a distance r, small r from here. This point is point P. Okay. If I want to find the potential at point P, how do we find the potential? If you remember, potential is the work done in bringing test charge from infinity to this point per unit charge. Work done by external agent in bringing the charge, the test charge from infinity to this point per unit charge, keeping kinetic energy 0. The change in kinetic energy is 0, correct? So now from here, if I do a bit displacement, dr, let's say, if I go a bit dr, delta V I can write as, dV is equal to, this and all we have already done, it's just the revision of the things, right? dV is equal to minus E dot dr. This was the relation what we got between dV and electric field, correct? Now from here, if I move, what I am doing is I am bringing the charge from infinity to this place, correct? So this will be delta V is equal to integral minus E dot dr. This is from infinity to P, correct? Now for this dr, I have written this dV. Change in potential in taking the charge from this point to this point, right? Now since we are coming from infinity to P, it is minus E dot dr, right? Minus E dot dr is the formula. Now this is the vector sum. Both are the vectors, sorry. All right. Now understand, here electric field is also in this direction. The dr is also in this direction. Electric field is also in this direction, dr is also in this direction. So the angle between electric field and dr is 0. So this will be E dr cos 0. That is nothing but E dr, right? So from here, this is delta V from infinity to P. We can write Vp minus V infinity, that is equal to, now this is infinity to P. Infinity to P means this P is R, infinity to R at this distance, right? From here, the distance is infinity. From here, this distance is R. So infinity to R it will be minus infinity to R. How much is electric field at point P due to this sphere? If you remember, kq by small r square, correct? So this will be kq by small r square dot dr, right? First we wrote change in potential from this position to this small position dr, right? This much change, this much distance change, this much we displace the point, let's say. So dv is equal to minus E dot dr. So delta V is equal to from infinity to P integral minus E dot dr cos 0. Vp minus V infinity is equal to minus integral infinity to r kq by r square dr. So this is equal to, if I integrate it, minus, this is kq will be outside, integral minus, now k is constant, q is constant, integration of 1 by r square, that is minus 1 by r. Limits are infinity to r. V infinity is equal to 0. V at infinity is 0. So from here, Vp is equal to this, V at point P. So that is equal to, this minus can come out, minus minus will be cancelled, kq into 1 by r, limit is r to from infinity to r. So Vp is equal to kq 1 by r minus 1 by infinity, correct, from here. Now see, this will be 0. What is Vp? What is Vp? Vp is equal to kq by r. This P is nothing but, I can write it as outside, V outside the sphere, kq by r. Always remember. So here it seems the entire charge is concentrated at the center, because if a plus q charge is kept here, if I want to find electric potential at this point due to this plus q, will I not write kq by capital R, kq by small r? Yes, kq by small r. The same thing here, this entire plus q is distributed for the sphere, and yet the potential is coming as kq by small r. The same potential is coming when if the charge was at center, right? The potential due to that charge and the potential due to the charge distributed for the whole sphere at distance r from the sphere, the potential is same, kq by small r. So it seems that the charge is concentrated at the center. Keeping that in mind, you can solve the questions, not a problem. Okay. Now V at surface, for V at surface, small r will be equal to capital R. Are yes or no? Let me write, for surface, small r is equal to capital R. So Vs is equal to kq by capital R. Remember, at the surface, Vs will be kq by capital R. Capital R is the radius of the sphere. Now, next, electric potential due to this. Second is inside the sphere. Again, the same case is there. First we did outside, now inside. Okay, here outside the sphere, what does it mean? Outside the sphere, what does it mean? Small r is greater than capital R. This, understand. Outside the sphere means small r is greater than capital R. Here, inside the sphere, what does it mean? Small r is less than capital R. That means if from here to here, this is radius r, any point P which is at small r distance from the center, I want to find the potential. How will we do this? Now for here, for finding the potential at P point, we will not be bringing a test charge from infinity to point P per unit and then taking out the work done and then per unit charge. No, we will be taking the difference of potential from surface to this point. Okay. We will not be taking potential difference from infinity to P. We will be taking from surface to P. Why? Understand. We cannot do from infinity to P because at this surface, there is a discontinuity in the function, in the electric field. We will be doing delta V is equal to integral minus E dot dr, correct? At this surface, this E, there is a discontinuity in the function. If you see E and R, E versus R graph also, how is it? If this is a sphere, till this E was constantly increasing, right? Directly proportional, if you remember. If it is a thin, if it is a hollow sphere, E was 0 inside. For hollow, E was 0 inside, right? For non-conducting, it was directly proportional. And then it was like this. At just when R was equal to RC here, there was a complete discontinuity in the function. Suddenly it became 0. Suddenly. It was going till very high. Then suddenly it became 0. This sudden change in the function, this sudden change in the value, because of this, we cannot do integration. If you know integration, mathematics, right, we would be studying. Integration and all we are doing for continuous. All this game is for continuous functions. Okay. Since there is a discontinuity, now why we are taking from surface? The moment we come inside, we are not taking exactly at the surface, just inside the surface. This from surface to P will be taking from surface to point P, where from just inside the surface, just inside. Clear? Just inside. For just inside, this distance will anyways be R only, right? Just inside or at the surface, it's same thing. We can neglect that small distance, fine. So from here, that means delta V from surface to point P is equal to integral minus sign from capital R to small r. If it is just inside also, this we'll write as capital R, right? E will be, now this is a hollow sphere. This is the surface what is shown. If you go inside, there is no charge. Inside a hollow sphere, there is no charge. And we know that electric field inside the hollow sphere is 0. Forget about the charge. We have already found out the electric field, right? That is 0 inside. That means 0 dot dr. 0 dot dr means delta V, Vp minus Vs is equal to 0. Don't write Vp as 0. Vp minus Vs as 0. Alright. So from here, I can write Vp is equal to Vs. So from here, that is equal to Kq by capital R. Note it down. Inside the sphere, inside the hollow sphere, potential is same as the potential at the surface of the hollow sphere. Inside this any point, at any point P, it can be at the center, it can be at the side, it can be anywhere at any point P inside this hollow sphere, the potential will be the same as the potential at the surface. So you can write V inside is equal to Vs is equal to Kq by capital R. This is for hollow sphere. Clear? For outside, it seems like charge is kept at the center, Kq by small r. For inside, whatever potential is there at the surface, Kq by capital R. At the surface, Kq by capital R. Alright, easy? Now, next, let's make the graph for this. Potential inside, if it was electric field, it would be like this, right? But it's not electric field, it's potential. For potential, till here, potential is constant, Kq by capital R. From center till the surface, okay? This is potential, this is R. From here, it is inversely proportional to R. Kq by small r. Clear? Note this graph. Next, electric potential due to a uniformly charged non-conducting solid sphere. So now this is a solid sphere. I have given a lot of charge to it. It is non-conducting. Okay. The charge will be throughout the volume. If you go inside also, there will be charge. Okay, throughout the volume. So now, outside the sphere, we have to find out. Let's say the radius is r. Outside the sphere, there is any point r. I have to find potential at this point. Okay. Now delta V is equal to integral minus E dot dr. Correct. Now E is equal to K Q, if Q charge is distributed in this, by small r square. Whether it is solid non-conducting, outside the sphere, electric field was this only, kq by small r square, correct? So that means the answer will also be same, kq by small r. Let's do this. Infinity to p. Vp minus V infinity, this is infinity to P means R, that is equal to infinity to R minus KQ by small r square dr. Now here Vp is equal to, this will become 0, that is equal to kq is constant, 1 by r square, integration minus 1 by r, minus is already there, kq, then minus 1 by r will come here, limit is from infinity to r. Vp is equal to this, minus minus will become plus, kq 1 by r minus 1 by infinity. This 1 by infinity will again become 0. This V infinity is 0. Okay. This 1 by infinity will become 0. From here, Vp is equal to kq by small r. This Vp means V outside. All right. Same. But the main is when we are talking about inside the sphere. The same charge is distributed in throughout volume. Acha, inside the sphere, can you tell me the electric field? Do you remember the electric field? What was it? K Q R by R cube, correct? From center till surface, it was increasing. Then when it goes outside, see here, it is directly proportional to R inside. When we go outside, it becomes inversely proportional to the electric field, inversely proportional to R square, right? This is potential. Now see. Delta V again is equal to minus integral E dot dr. Since we are talking about inside, I already told you, we will be taking from, let's say this is radius r, this is point P, this is a distance small r. We will be taking from surface to P, right? From surface to point P, that means from capital R to small r. Surface is from center capital R, this is from center small r, right? So from here, Vp minus Vs is equal to minus KQR by R cube integral, here dr will come. KQ by R cube is constant. R is capital R, the radius of the sphere is constant. Now KQ by this is constant, so Vp minus Vs is equal to minus KQ by R cube integral R dot dr. Yes or no? From here, Vp minus KQ by capital R, that is at the surface. Here, at surface, small r is equal to capital R. Vs is equal to KQ by capital R. Same. All right. Same which was there for hollow sphere. So now, this is equal to minus KQ by R cube from capital R to R square by 2. Integration of R dot dr, R square by 2. Limits capital R to small r. So from here, minus KQ by R cube integral R square by 2 minus R square by 2. Correct? Vp, now this Vp minus KQ by R. Vp is equal to, okay, let it be this side only, minus KQ by R. Now if I take this inside, it will be minus KQ R square by 2 R cube. plus kq by 2r, right? Now see, kq by r, kq by 2r. This is minus. It will go there and add kq by r plus kq by r, half of kq by r, 3 by 2 kq by r, right? So this will be, okay, there I'll write. Forget this. I'm continuing, okay? Vp minus, okay, Vp is equal to minus kq r upon r square, right near, minus kq r square by 2r cube, minus kq r square by 2r cube plus 3 by 2 kq by r, right? Now, from here, if I take kq by r common, can I write this as positive when I am writing this side, 3 by 2 minus r square by 2r square, 3 by 2 minus half of r square by capital R square. This is Vp, or let's say V inside. This is Vp, or let's say V inside. Remember this. If it is possible, remember this formula. Okay? In boards, most probably the chances are very less they'll ask. But for competition point of view, this formula, remember this. To save your time. Otherwise, at that point also, you can do integration and find it. Concept is more important. How we got this formula is more important. Alright? Okay. Now, at the center, if I want to find small r is equal to 0, if I substitute this small r is equal to 0, V at center is equal to, see, this term will become 0, right? This entire term. This will be 3 by 2 kq by r. That is equal to 3 by 2 Vs. V at the surface. This kq by r is V at surface. So Vc is equal to 3 by 2 Vs. Now this is very important. This everyone has to remember. Whether you can remember or not, this you have to remember. Vc is equal to 3 by 2 kq by r, that is 3 by 2 V at the surface. Alright. Now, note it down. I am going to erase this. Let's see the graph. Inside, for inside, we have got that formula. V in is equal to kq by r, 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 r square by r square. Right? If you see this is constant, this r square is constant, only this small r square is variable. So this V in is proportional to minus small r square. It is like V in is proportional to minus small r square. If it was r square, it would be like this. Minus r square means it will be like this, right? The graph. So now see, first of all, at the center, it is 3 by 2 Vs. Then it starts coming down like this. V in is inversely proportional to minus r square. Then the moment it crosses this surface, it will be inversely proportional like this, right? I will make it properly. From here, let me start. 3 by 2 Vs, then it will go like this. Then after coming to the surface, it will be like this. Clear? Note it down. Inversely proportional to R. V out. Or you understand, this is V outside. This is R. Fine. Note. Now, let's go further. Till here, the concepts are over. Okay. One more thing is there, cavity in a conducting sphere, not for boards. All right. But you should understand this. Suppose there is a sphere. Before sphere, let me talk about before sphere. I am talking about any conducting material. Any conducting material. Let's say there is a conducting material. This is a solid material. Okay. Why there is a need to talk about it? I'll make you understand. Now there is a cavity inside. Cavity means there is a space, free space. This is all is solid. This all is solid. Okay. Here alone, at the center, it's a free space, hollow from the center. Cavity is there. Fine. Now, if I give a plus Q charge at the center, what will happen? Tell me. It's a conductor. It is an ocean of electrons. The moment there will be a charge here, what will happen? A negative charge will induce at the surface. The negative charge will induce at the inner surface. Clear? Due to this positive charge. Why it will come? Okay, let me take you from the very basic. Anyways, in the next lecture, I'll explain it properly. Fine? But still, see. This all is solid, okay? Now, if there is a positive charge inside, this is a conductor. Electric field inside any conductor is 0, right? If electric field inside this conductor is 0, now suppose if I make a Gaussian surface, any surface I am making, okay? Let's say here if I make a surface, I want to write the flux passing from this surface, okay? It's a 3D closed surface. Since this sphere, what I have made is inside this material, okay? It is outside this, but inside the boundaries, fine? Flux passing through this I have to write. Since there is no electric field inside, the flux should be 0. Correct? Phi is equal to E dot ds or dA. Integral E is equal to 0, integral 0, phi is equal to 0. And phi according to Gauss law, Q for any closed surface, if this is a closed surface, Q inside by epsilon naught is equal to 0. Epsilon naught is a constant. What does this mean? Q inside is equal to 0. Correct? Inside this Gaussian surface, Q should be 0. But if you see here, there is a plus Q charge. It is not 0. What to do? This is a conductor. What will happen? A negative charge will induce at this inner surface. The same amount of negative charge, the amount of which this positive charge is there, the same amount of negative charge will come here. Minus Q negative charge will be induced at this surface. The total charge is minus Q. Now can you tell me how much charge is there inside the Gaussian surface? 0. Plus Q, minus Q. Clear? Alright. Just for your explanation. You can think another way also. It is a conductor. It is an ocean of electrons. Plus Q is at the center. So now this will attract all the electrons which are inside. Free electrons are there a lot. It will attract all the electrons or all the negative charges. Now since negative charge came here at this inner surface, positive charge would have gone other side, or this positive charge would have repelled the other positive charge. So now a positive charge develops at the outer surface. Fine. If what I did, I just kept a plus Q at the center. a minus q will develop here and a plus q will develop here. All right, due to the cavity, because of this cavity, due to this positive charge. Okay, now see, if there is a point P, I want to find potential at this point. Potential at this point will be due to all the charges. Due to this charge also, at this distance, due to this surface, at this surface there is a charge. So we can consider a sphere if it depends on the shape of the cavity. Here it is a spherical cavity. Okay. So now due to this sphere at this point and due to this positive charge at this point, all the three potentials will be there. Okay. Understood? This is the main concept. Now let's understand. For sphere we know it becomes easy. It's a uniform thing. So now let's suppose this is a sphere. It is having cavity inside. Okay. Again the cavity is also a spherical cavity. Right? Now the charge, if I keep the charge at the not at the center, I am keeping the charge here somewhere at the corner. This is the center. Okay, center I'll make with the same color. This is the center. All right. This is the charge. Let's say this charge is plus q. What will happen? I want to find potential at the center, VC. Now see here, this q, let's say it is at a distance r from here. This is at a distance r from here. The radius of this cavity is r1 and the radius of this entire thing is r2. Okay. For this sphere the radius is r2. For this inner cavity the radius is r1 and this distance is small r from plus q to the center. Now I want to write potential at C. Will I just write kq by small r? Will it be enough? Kq by small r. If you don't know the concept of cavity, you would have written this, right? But understand what will be the answer. Due to this plus q, a minus q will develop at this surface. This is minus q, fine, at the inner surface. Because of this, a plus q will appear here. I'll make a bit far, otherwise it is going to take a lot of time for me. All right, this is plus q. Now see, we have to write potential at center, individual potentials. Due to this charge, due to this sphere, we can consider this as a sphere where the surface is having minus charge. Consider this as a sphere where the surface is having plus charge. Clear? Now understand. Vc will be equal to K, due to this charge I am writing, Q by small r. Due to this sphere where the charge minus Q charge is at the surface, it will be minus KQ. Why minus? Because this charge we always put with sign, right? So this is minus Q. So I have put minus Q. Divide by, now for this sphere, this point is inside the sphere, right? And inside the sphere, how much is the potential? Same as that of the surface of the sphere. So for this sphere at surface, it will be minus KQ by R1. The same will be at this center, plus KQ divide by, now the center is inside this sphere where the positive charge is outside. So the potential will be same as that at the surface, right? KQ by R2. This is the potential at the center. Got it? So I hope now you can do cavity questions for conducting. All. Now let's say again there is a sphere, there is a cavity inside. Now this time the charge is at the center. Okay. There are three different points. This is one point A. This is one point B. Okay, B, let's say this distance This distance is RA. This distance RB. The radius of this inner cavity is R1. The radius of this outer, this complete sphere, R2. Okay. There is one more point, that is, let's say some C point here. This distance is RC. RC. Clear? The charge is at the center. There is point A. This distance is RA. The radius of this inner cavity is R1. The radius of this outer sphere is R2. Till B it is RB. Till C it is RC. I have to write potential for VA, for VB, for VC. All the three. All the three. How do I write it? See here. Due to this plus Q which is at the center, there will be a minus Q at this surface. There will be a plus Q at this surface. Correct? So now individual potentials I have to write and add. Okay, at point A, potential due to this charge which is at the center will be K Q by RA. Correct? For this Q charge, that point is at RA distance. Minus, because now we are writing due to this minus charge, KQ by this point is inside this sphere, right? So how much will be the potential? The same as that at the surface. Surface is having radius R1. Fine. For this bigger one, this point is again inside A. Inside means the same as that potential, the same as that at the surface, R2. Alright, this is BA. VB. VB, point here at the solid part. VB, if you see, the potential will only be due to this positive charge. Why? Because here inside, if you see, this plus and this minus is neutralized. This is zero charge. Inside this, there is zero charge. Only due to this positive charge, potential will be there here. That will be KQ by R2. This charge will be inside this constant potential. Let's write individual. We'll understand. Individual, every time, now don't learn this what I told. Every time find the individual potential. Okay? You can understand this concept after getting the answer. Here. At point B, due to this plus Q, KQ by RB, correct? B is at RB distance from this. Due to this minus charge, minus, now this sphere, this point is outside this sphere, right? This point is outside this sphere. So how much will be the potential at this point? From center we'll take the distance, right? So this will be minus KQ by RB. Then this point is inside this sphere. It will be same as that at the surface plus KQ by R2. This and this will be cancelled. What did we get? We got VB is equal to KQ by R. Clear? This is BA. This one. This is BA. This is VB. Now let's see VC. Okay? VC. How much will be VC? This point is outside. Okay? Since this is outside, now see, for VC, due to this point charge, KQ by VC, sorry, RC. This distance. If I want to write due to this sphere, again minus KQ by RC. It is outside. From the center we'll take the complete distance. For this sphere also this is outside. From center we'll take the complete distance plus KQ by RC. Now see, this and this will be cancelled again. VC is equal to KQ by RC. VC is equal to KQ by R. So only inside the cavity, if I want to find, this VA was due to all the three, right? Outside the cavity, if you go outside the cavity, VB is just due to this positive charge which is at the surface. This VC is also due to just this positive charge which is at the surface. Clear? But then for getting this expression, you need to distribute the charge like this whenever the cavity is there. Now, let's go to the next one. Cavity in a non-conducting sphere. Now in non-conducting sphere, let's say this is a non-conducting sphere. There is a cavity inside. Suppose if I give a plus Q charge here, what will happen? Nothing will happen. It's a non-conductor. It is not having free electrons. No electron will come here. No minus charge will come here like this. Nothing. It will be kept just like that. There is no charge other than this charge, right? So if I want to write potential at P point, how much it will be? KQ by R. If I want to write at this point, how much it will be? KQ by R. If I want to write at this point, how much will it be? KQ by R. Where R is this, R is this, R is this. Because other than this, there is no other charge. Potential at any point is due to all the charges present. Here, other than this, there is no charge present since it is non-conducting, right? Clear? So that means these kind of questions where a charge is kept at the cavity will not come for non-conducting, cavity in non-conducting. For this will not come. Then what kind of questions will come for cavity in a non-conducting? Understand. Here if I distribute that plus Q in this entire thing, fine. Now if I tell to find the potential at P point, due to this entire sphere, you know, but here some part of the sphere is missing, right? But understand, since this point is outside the sphere, the answer is going to come as KQ by R only. Why? It is just like a conducting hollow sphere. Where this is thick, the charge will, if the charge is entirely like this, let's say, it is like a non-conducting hollow sphere. I told for hollow spheres, whether it is conducting or non-conducting, right? Or this point is outside, this entire charge is Q charge, right? We can consider that this charge is here. Since it is outside, there will be no problem. But now suppose inside if they tell to find, right? Or let's say this charge is distributed like this. At any point here P, which is at a distance R from here, I want to write the potential. How do we do that? There we integrated from where? You remember this one, non-conducting, just now we did. Inside this, we integrated from surface to this R, right? Where this charge Q was distributed in entire thing, rho V, from there we got this formula for electric field by considering a volume charge density, right? So there, okay, here if you see, this charge is not distributed throughout the volume. This Q is not rho into complete volume, right? This is only distributed in this particular volume, correct? So now integration will be a, you can find by integration, but there is a easy way also. There is a easy way out. Let's understand. If you know integration, questions length become very small, okay? That is easiest, but people who don't know integration, for them there is an easy way. Let's understand that thing first. See here, if they say there is a charge distributed at this volume according to rho. Rho is the volume charge density given here. Okay. Rho is the volume charge density given here. According to that rho, some positive charge is distributed here. Right? This particular configuration, can I write this as? Think properly. This complete solid sphere with no cavity plus a small solid sphere. Let's say this is having radius r, this is having radius capital R. This is capital R, solid only. This is small r, the inside cavity. Again, this is a solid sphere. This is having full positive charge. According to this rho only, this rho means what? Rho charge per unit volume. Fine. And this is having a negative charge. According to this rho only, minus rho. Fine. Can this be expressed as this? Think properly. See here. This sphere, if I pick, I put it like this. The negative charge here and the negative charge here. If it is according to this rho, both, we have considered that only. This negative charge here, if I put here, at this particular place, the same amount of negative charge will be there, that the amount of positive charge is there, it will neutralize and it will become like this. It will look like here. So this configuration can be written as this plus this. This is the positive, that is the negative. Clear? If this you do, now whatever type of question they ask, you will be able to do. Okay. Now this cavity, there is no need, this cavity is at the center only. Cavity can be anywhere. Cavity can be here also. That also you can express in this, right? The thing is, this sphere you will pick and keep here. This sphere I have taken out from here and kept there. If the cavity is at the center, then this sphere I have picked from here and kept here. Cavity can be anywhere. Alright. You should just know the radius of this cavity. Clear? Let's do one question. Now, a cavity is made inside a uniformly charged solid sphere of radius 2r. You'll understand better. In this question, it's a heavy question if you do by this way, but all the concepts will be clear. A cavity is made inside a uniformly charged solid sphere of radius 2r. Charge density is given as rho. What is the potential difference between point A and B located on the surface of cavity? This is the question. This is a solid non-conducting sphere. This is a cavity, a free space here. Okay? No material here. Now they are telling the charge is distributed in this as rho. We have to find the potential difference VA minus VB. What we have to find basically is VA minus VB. For that we need to find VA, we need to find VB. How do we do that? It is a solid non-conducting. Okay. See here, can I write this thing as one complete sphere with a charge density rho plus a small sphere with a charge density minus this one, right? I'll consider this way. Fine. If I consider this way, can you tell me the charge on this complete sphere? If it is distributed as rho, the charge on this sphere Q will be equal to rho into V. Here it will be equal to Q is equal to minus rho into V. V of this, right? This is V of sphere, this is V of cavity. Okay. This, if this is Q, let's say this is Q dash. So Q will be equal to here rho into 4 by 3 pi capital 2r cube, sorry. correct? Q is equal to rho 4 by 3 pi 2r cube. That is equal to rho 4 by 3 pi 8r cube. Right? Let me write it here. Q is equal to rho v. That is equal to rho 4 by 3 pi 2r whole cube. That is equal to rho 4 by 3 pi 8r cube. That is 8 times rho 4 by 3 pi r cube. Correct? For this, if I want to write Q dash is equal to minus rho into V, that is minus rho 4 V of cavity, 4 by 3, this is V of sphere, pi, what is cavity's radius? This entire is 2r. This will be r. Correct? Pi r cube. See, this is 8 times of this thing. This will be minus 8 cube. Clear? So now what I can consider is, this sphere is having the charge q complete, including this area, and this part is having a charge minus q by 8. Wait, I think I wrote 8q. This is not 8q. Q by 8. This is what? Capital Q is this. If I divide this by 8, I'll get this. This is minus q by 8. Correct? Now see, let me write it here. This is q. This is q by 8. This is point A. This is point B. Right? Or I'll explain here only. You will get better. Now VA, if I want to write, if I consider this as a complete solid sphere with charge q, VA will be how much? VA is any point inside a non-conducting solid sphere. VA will be equal to KQ by R. R means radius of the sphere. That is given to be 2R. Inside it was 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 small r square. That means this distance. How much is this distance? If this is R, this is 60 degrees. This is also R. Common sense, it's an equilateral triangle. This is also R. So this will be R square divided by the radius of sphere square. That is 2R whole square. I hope you remember this. Just now we derived. V inside a non-conducting solid sphere is KQ by R, 3 by 2 minus half small r square by capital R square. In capital R, I have written the radius of the sphere. There, at the distance from the center where the point is there. Alright, this is due to plus q. This is due to this charge, due to this entire sphere. Now this sphere is also having charge minus q by 8. Due to this also there will be potential at this point. This entire non-conducting solid sphere we have considered, right? Charge minus q by 8. Now at the surface of this sphere there is a point, right? So for the surface it will be kq by the radius minus q is there, right? Minus k, q is q by 8, correct? Plus k minus q by 8 r at the denominator. So this minus came here, minus k q by 8 r, right? So this will be k q by 2 r, 3 by 2 minus, here if you see 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, and this r square will be cancelled, minus 1 by 8 minus kq by 8r, correct? Now from here this will be 8 3s are, or let me just take all 2s outside. So if I take all 2s outside, this will be 2 came out, this will become 4. Here this will be 4, correct? All 2s if I take out, here this will be 4. It was 8 before. So now this is 4 3s are 12 minus 1 11. This will be 11 kq by 4r. that is minus kq by 8r, right? Now here if you see, this is 16 basically, sorry, this is 16r. 3 4s are 12, 4 3s are 12, minus 1 11 by 4, this 4 and this 4, it will be 16r. So now if you see this I can write 2kq by 16r, making the denominator same. Or if I take LCM, let's say 16r, this will be 11kq minus 2kq, that is 9kq by 16r. Correct? This is the potential at VA. Now let us write for VB. Okay, note it down. I'll do here only. Done? Remember 9kq by 16r. VA we got as 9kq by 16r. Now let's do for VB. Again for VB, at this point we will be finding potential due to this complete charge which is distributed in this volume, that plus q due to this sphere at a point here somewhere, due to this sphere at a point at the surface. For this sphere, this point is at the surface, right? Now VB is equal to again kq by 2r, 3 by 2 minus half. Here what will be the distance which will come here? Here it will come as 2r whole square, right? What distance will come here? From the center, this distance till B, what will be the distance? See here, this is r, this is also r, this is 60, this is 60, right? So this entire will be 120. So it's a triangle like this. This is r, this is r, this is 120, this. I need to find this distance from here. This is the center, this is point B. I need to find this distance. This is 120 degrees. How do we do this? First, let me make it properly. If I rotate this, see here, it is something like this, 120 degrees. This is r, this is r. I need to find this. If this is r, it's an isosceles triangle. If I make an altitude like this will be 90, and this distance will be half, this distance will be half. It will be at the midpoint, it's an isosceles. So this will be 60, this will also be 60. That means this will be 30. Or normally if this is 120, this will be 30, this will be 30. This is r, this will be r cos 30. This is r, this is 30. Again, this will be r cos 30. What is r cos 30? Root 3 by 2 into r. Root 3 by 2r plus root 3 by 2r. This part will be root 3 by 2r, this part will be root 3 by 2r. That is root 3r. So this distance from center is root 3r. Correct? So this root 3r whole square minus, again due to the charge which is at this sphere which we have considered, this small sphere, right? The charge is minus q by 8 due to that at the surface of this sphere. So this will be minus kq by 8r, minus q by 8r. Okay, that is equal to kq by 2r from this, correct, kq by 2r 3 by 2 minus, this is 3r square by, let me just take this 2's at the denominators outside. This will become 4. 3 minus 4r square. R square will be cancelled. 3 by 4. Correct? 4 3s are 12 minus 9. 4 3s are 12 minus 3, 9. 9kq by 16r. 4 3s are 12 minus 3, 9. Divide by 4. 4 into 4 is 16. This is minus kq by 8r. Minus kq by 8r. This is V at B. V at B. VA minus VB we had to find. What is VA? This is VA. 9KQ by 16R minus VB is this, minus 9KQ by 16R plus 8KQ by 8R. Correct? Minus minus will become plus. This and this are cancelled. What we finally got is KQ by 8R. Now see, Q was not given. What was given to us? Rho. Rho, right? So if I convert it into rho, Q is equal to how much? Volume into charge density, rho V, K rho into V divided by 8R. That's what Q was. See, Q is equal to rho into Vs, right? So this is Vs. That is equal to K is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 8R. Here in the numerator, rho Vs is 4 by 3 pi R cube. 4 by 3 pi 2 R cube. Solve this, you will get the answer. Answer will be rho capital R square upon 3 epsilon naught. Let me write it here. All right. See this. VA, or let me write it there. A lot of space we have got there. See here. VA is equal to VA minus VB, sorry, is equal to this 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Now see here, 4 pi will be cancelled. This will be 8R cube. 2 2s are 4 2s are 8. 8R cube. This 8 and this 8 will be cancelled. This R and 1 R from here will be cancelled. Rho R square divided by this 3 will come down. Epsilon naught is only there. 3. This is the answer. From integration, this is just a 4-step question. But from this, to make you understand how this works, the answer will be same. Rho R square by 3 epsilon naught. Okay. Try it by integration at home and comment down your answers. Okay. You can comment your solution there. Got it? All right. I hope you understood today's session. You enjoyed today's session. In the next session, we will be doing electric potential due to concentric shells. Again, it will be very interesting. The cavity part, try to understand it. If you didn't understand it, it's all right. For boards, it's not there. Fine. But for competition, it will be there. So people preparing for competition should understand it. Do more questions. You will get to know what variety of questions come. Fine. Concept will be how much ever I told. Using this concept, very difficult questions can also be found. Okay. Try them out. In the next session, we'll be doing electric potential due to concentric shells. If you like today's session, do press the like button, share it with your other friends who are preparing for their boards and competition as well. Subscribe to our channel and do not forget to click on the bell icon so that you never miss any update from us. You can also visit our website www.v-learning.in where you will be getting lecture notes for each and every live session what we are providing. All right, we'll meet up in the next session. Till then, keep learning from V Learning. All the best.